Hey folks, it's Andrew from Exhaust Notes, and we're coming to you from Kiama on New South Wales South Coast. And we're here for Harley-Davidson's 2025 Softail launch, the first major revision of these models in quite some time. And has the wait been worth it? So we've punted these bikes through basically the South Coast today, up to Bowral, through Jamboree, some nice, really twisty roads, some nice rough surfaces to really test out that Softail suspension and the upgrades that Harley-Davidson have bestowed upon the new bikes. And we're pretty happy with the results. We've got 6 models in the lineup this year. We've got the classic range, which is the Heritage and the Street Bob. We've got the custom range, which of course includes the iconic Fat Boy, a real staple of the Harley-Davidson range and probably their most iconic model. We have the Breakout, perhaps the sexiest bike on the road. Really is something that just gets the juices flowing. And then of course, we've now got what they call the performance range, and they've dubbed their Lowrider ST, which is their touring variant of course, the very successful Lowrider S, which first debuted back as a Dyna and has come to what we have now, which is a really sweet little package. All bikes are powered by the 117 Milwaukee 8. The difference this year is those category glasses I've just spoke about all have different outputs. So our classic range produces about 94 horsepower, which is pretty respectable. The custom range, which is of course the Breakout and the Fat Boy, are up at 104 horsepower. And our Lowrider range is pumping 114. That's before we've changed air intake, before we've changed exhaust, done any cam upgrades. Straight out of the box, off the showroom floor, 114 horsepower, which is pretty impressive from a stock standard cruiser. Now, there's 2 other notable changes for this year's model lineup. Firstly, it's the first time the Softails have ever got riding modes. So, with the launch of the touring range last year on the Gold Coast, and of course we've done a lot with those bikes on the website, you can visit there and check out all those reviews. We've got road, rain, and sport mode. Each delivers basically variable throttle control, so you can dial it down in the rain if you know it's quite torrential and you don't want that back wheel spinning up a little, or you can go full throttle with sport mode, which I can tell you on the 114 horsepower lowriders is sensational. Now what else is new, and was something I was very interested in, having ridden Softails for a very long time now, was they've upgraded the rear suspension. So in the past, I know people who have owned Softails. I was a former Fat Boy owner. You'd hit a pothole or a speed hump or a bit of uneven road and your spine would get a good shock. That's been dampened completely. The back suspension is noticeably softer. This isn't just marketing talk or jive. Well, I actually aimed for a couple of potholes today and I really wanted to test it, and that is a huge upgrade. The 117, the power's nice, the riding modes are nice, but for me, having that back suspension dampened a little just improves the experience. Now, some other nice touches, of course. Harley does colour as good as anyone. There's a beautiful colour range. Make sure you check out the Harley website for all the colours that are available. And if you're like me, spokes are back for the Street Bob and the Heritage. They both look smick with spokes. It's a personal choice, but to me, you know, they look mint and a much better cruiser with those options.